Yo, you action figure enthusiasts out there, JC here, and welcome to a Monday edition of TNI News. Now, I want to start off with something today. This past week, during my live stream on Thursday, we were talking about G-Force, Gatchaman, and toys for that animated series from the late 70s. So, of course, Storm Collectibles is doing a couple of figures. Whether they get around to doing the whole team or not is unknown. But I saw this go up for pre-order on Friday, and I thought it was pretty cool. Now, I don't really know anything about the company making this Evolution toy, but again, this looks pretty cool. It's the Gatchaman Metal Action God Phoenix anime color version vehicle. So this is the main vehicle from the G-Force cartoon, and it includes what looks like little die-cast versions of all the mini vehicles that would fit inside the big jet, and it does say that those fit inside here. Now, what I don't know is we only see the image of the jet in its mode. This is what it would look like when all the vehicles were already inside. If you take the vehicles out, I don't know, the jet had kind of an alternate mode. The God Phoenix had kind of an alternate mode when all the vehicles were out of it. So I don't know if it will do that when you take the vehicles out or not. Again, I really don't know much about it. It's said to be made with metal and plastic, so I'm guessing it does have die-cast metal to it. It does have a hefty price tag. This one was up for pre-order at our sponsor Big Bad Toy Store. The cost of it is $259.99. It's supposed to be released next June 2024. So, for those of us that were a fan of that series, would like to see more toys, this might be something you want to check out. I definitely am debating on whether I want to get it. Again, it does have a hefty price tag, but it looks pretty cool. So I might end up, just getting it to see how it is. Okay, and then I have a couple of updates to some stuff I talked about on Friday. So on Friday, I told you how there was a new image for the Darkwing Duck set that is from Diamond Select Toys. This is a 2-pack. The figures are said to be a little bit over 5 inches tall. So I had mentioned how, the figures look like have minimal articulation, and pretty much all the images that we've seen of the figures themselves does seem to suggest that, even the figures that have been on display at places like San Diego Comic-Con. But this one new package image that we've gotten, if you look closely, if you kind of zoom in, it actually looks like there has been some additional articulation added to these figures. And Diamond Select Toys has said in the past that these figures would be, fully articulated. So I don't know why they didn't release updated images of these figures outside of the packaging. But again, if you look closely at this new package image that was recently released, it does look like you get elbow joints of some type and possibly even knee joints, though that is really hard to tell from this image on whether it's got any kind of knee joint. So a little more articulation than what I had said on Friday. Again, this set is available for pre-order. It's been up for a while at places like our sponsors Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth. The cost of it is $44.99. You do get quite a few accessories with it and everything, but that is a pretty hefty price tag. But if you're into Darkwing Duck, you get Darkwing Duck and NECA Duck. This is one that you might want to check out. And then one other thing I talked about on Friday was the NECA Universal Monsters Monsterizer. We've seen this before. On Friday, I'd mentioned it was going to be going up on the NECA store website for pre-order today, which it is now available for pre-order. So one thing I didn't know on Friday was the price. I said it was probably going to have a fairly high price, which it does. This is going to cost you $79.99. Now, it does have things like lights and electronic illuminations and such. It's got gears you can crank. It's pretty cool and everything if you're into Universal Monsters. As I suggest on Friday, you might even use this with something like your GIJoe Classifieds. This would be a great table for Dr. Mindbender to do experiments on. But again, it does have a hefty price tag. But the main update I wanted to give you today is on Friday, I'd mentioned how I thought this would eventually be available elsewhere besides the NECA store. But in fact, this is being listed as a NECA store exclusive. So if you want to add this to your collection, NECA store is the place to go. And again, right now, it is currently available for pre-order. Also on Friday, I told you guys how the Four Horsemen were once again making their figure Obscura, the Ghost of Jacob Marley figure, available on their Store Horsemen website. It had gone up the week before and quickly sold out, but they made it available again this past weekend. And as I'm filming this, it is still currently available. The cost of that one is $60. They also brought back one of their older figure Obscura figures, the Father Christmas deluxe figure with the red robe. So if you missed out on that one, it again is available on the Four Horsemen website. And like with the Ghost of Jacob Marley, that one's going to cost you $60. Well, it's been some time since Jazwares has done any 6.5-inch Fortnite figures. They do have a new one that's available. This looks like it's being offered exclusively on the EXO store. It's the character The Weeknd. I think this is a musician. I really don't know anything about them. I guess they are in the video game, and Jazwares is doing a special figure for that appearance. So this is, again, a 6.5-inch figure. I believe it's only available on the EXO store. It does have a very hefty price tag of $96. So if you're a fan of The Weeknd, then you might want to check this out. And again, it is available on the EXO store website. Rob Liefeld made an announcement on YouTube this weekend stating that a new line of action figures based on his Extreme Universe were going to be coming from Loosecollector Collectibles. So not a lot of details, but if you're into Rob Liefeld's Extreme Universe characters, it looks like we are going to be getting some new action figures. I'm going to assume there'll be 1/12 scale figures. You know, the Loosecollector stuff generally is on the pricey side. So, and one thing to note, Liefeld no longer owns the rights to Youngblood, so hasn't since the 90s apparently. So if you're hoping for Youngblood figures, I don't think that's going to happen. But other characters, any other characters in his Extreme Universe will likely be on the table. How many we actually get from Loosecollector, I don't know. But again, if you're a fan of Extreme Universe, look for new 1/12 scale figures to come probably sometime next year, and I'm sure we'll be getting more details next year as well. If you're a Godzilla fan, here's a new one coming from Jada Toys. This was on display this past weekend at the Singapore Comic Con. So this is a mechanized Godzilla from Godzilla X Con, The New Empire, so the upcoming movie. It's got lights and blows steam out of its mouth. Again, it is motorized. This image comes from Omar. He actually has a video showing the figure off, you know, the motorization and the lights and everything. So I'll put a link to that. It's up on his Twitter account if you want to get a closer look at it. But again, this one is coming from Jada Toys. And then while we're on the subject of overseas events, I wanted to share these images from new Transformer figures from Hasbro that were on display at the Cybertron Fest. These images come via Ben Custom Toys. So first of all, we have a new Titan class Tidal Wave figure. So this figure was originally done for the Armada series. I remember having this figure, the original figure, back when it was originally released. So Tidal Wave is getting an updated figure. Again, will be a Titan class figure, so he will be a big one. And then also the Cybertonian Wheeljack. So essentially a first appearance Wheeljack. This is how he appeared in the very first episode of the G1 Transformer cartoon before the Autobots went to Earth. So you've got Wheeljack, which, you know, his robot mode looks pretty much like a G1 Wheeljack, but then in his vehicle mode, he has that Cybertronian mode. So both of those, again, were on display this weekend. And then also for Transformers, we have a figure that has been listed on the Amazon Singapore website. This is going to be released on January 20th. It is the 2024 Year of the Dragon Crimson Flame figure. So you get this one transforms from robot to dragon. Again, this is currently listed on the Singapore Amazon website. I'm assuming it will be released here in the United States at some point. But at least in Singapore, it looks like it's going to be released on January 20th. So when more details become available on this one, I'll be sure to let you guys know. For you Marvel Legend fans, we're finally going to be getting some new reveals later this week. Hasbro just today announced a new fan stream with the Marvel Legend brand team, which will be taking place this coming Thursday, December 14th at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. And then you can expect new Marvel Legend pre-orders to go up the following Friday, so December 15th, probably at 1 p.m. Eastern time. So I don't know exactly what's going to be revealed during this fan stream, but again, we definitely should be getting some new reveals, maybe some X-Men figures. Again, I don't have any specific details, but we'll have full coverage over on Marvelous News as any new reveals happen. And of course, I'll be talking about that stuff probably on Friday as well. But mark your calendars again for this coming Thursday, the 14th at 11 a.m. Eastern time for the next Marvel Legends live stream. Hot Toys has announced a new Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice Batman figure. This is Batman 2.0. So they've done this version of Batman before, but this is an approved upon version. Now there's a regular version and there is a deluxe version of this figure. The deluxe version will include a cowled head that's rotatable, so you can move the head with the cowl. You also will get the wired back cape and a specially designed diorama. The figure is a little bit taller than the previous Batman they did from this movie. Now this figure is available for pre-order now at places like our sponsor Big Bad Toy Store. You can get either the deluxe version, which is going to cost you $365, or the regular version, which will only cost you $305. But again, if you want an updated Ben Affleck Batman from the Dawn of Justice movie, his first appearance in the Snyderverse, then this is one that you might want to check out. We've got another pre-order coming from McFarlane Toys, this one coming this Wednesday, which is December 13th. This one is going to be another Big Bad Toy Store exclusive. So it is a gold label, black and white accent Red Hood figure, mostly black. This actually looks really good. I like the color scheme on this one better than the previous Red Hood figures that they've done. I expect this one will probably sell out fairly quickly. The older Red Hood figures have actually kind of gone up in price on the secondary market. So again, I expect this one, which will be, have a limited release, will probably sell out fairly quickly. But if you want to get your hands on it, be at Big Bad Toy Store again this coming Wednesday. We also have a look at a new gold label Doomslayer figure. This is a glow-in-the-dark figure. This is being offered as an Amazon exclusive. So there's currently a listing for this figure on Amazon, a placeholder page, and we now have the official images for it, but it has not yet been made available, and I don't know exactly when it's going to be made available. Probably soon, maybe even as early as this week. But, again, I don't have a specific date on this one. But, again, if you're into Doomslayer, it's a 7-inch figure. This one glows in the dark. And, again, this one will be offered as an Amazon exclusive. Super7 has started to tease their Super Cyborg black and gold Megazord figure for Power Rangers. So this one has already been available at places like our sponsors Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth. The official images and everything will probably be released later this week. But this will stand over 13.75 inches tall. The cost of it is about $84. So if you're into Power Rangers and you like the supersized figures that Super7 does, this is one that you might want to check out. And again, it is, even though they don't have images up yet at either Entertainment Earth or Big Bad Toy Store, it is currently available for pre-order there. And at least according to those websites, the figure should be released sometime this month. And then finally, also from Super7, I just wanted to let you know or remind you that today is the final day for the GIJoe Reaction Cobra Mothership crowdsourcing campaign. So as I'm filming this, we have just over 8 hours to go. It is nowhere near reaching its minimum backer goal of 4,000 people. Right now it's sitting at 1,563 backers. So it has not even gotten halfway to its minimum goal. I really don't think this one is going to reach the 4,000 by the end of the day. I won't say it's impossible, but it really is not looking good. So whether they try again with this one and make some changes to it or just stick it in mothballs, I don't know. But as I said, if you want to get the Cobra Mothership and you've been holding off on backing it, it does have that hefty price tag of $495. Now is the time to do it. But again, unfortunately, for those of you who do want this, I really don't think it's going to make it to its minimum goal. But like I say, whether Super7 retries and makes some adjustments, or they just, you know, cancel it and stick it in mothballs. I don't know, but we'll probably hear more on this after we get through this last day. But as I said, right now it's at 1,563 with just over 8 hours to go. So it really is not looking good that this one's going to reach that minimum 4,000 backer goal. We do sometimes get those huge bursts at the end, but I don't think there's like overseas, purchases to add in or anything last moment like I think we see with the Hasbro ones. So that we're going to get over half the minimum number in 8 hours, to me just does not seem very likely. But again, I won't say 100% that it's not going to fund, because we've certainly seen some of these campaigns get really big jumps at the very last. So on Wednesday, when I do my news video on Wednesday, I'll be sure to update you guys on the final tally of backers that this one ends up with. But as I said, if you do want to add it to your collection and you've been holding off on doing so, now's the time to do it. Okay, so that's it for today. As always, I'd love to hear your thoughts on everything I talked about down in the comment section below. Like the video if you're so inclined, and hit that bell notification so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. Tomorrow, I probably will be doing a review of the new HasLab Hiss Tank, which I will tell you, I think is awesome. I think Hasbro did a great job with it, but I will probably be doing a review for that tomorrow, so hopefully you will check it out. And then I'll be back on Wednesday with another news video. But until next time, guys, I'll catch you later. Hey, thanks for watching today's video, and be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. And be sure to head over to the Toy News International and Marvelous News message boards communities. It's a great place to talk toys and win cool contests like $100 store credits to Big Bad Toy Store. And remember, action figures are great.